Hello and welcome everybody, here in Winter Wonderland, where we have a wannabe toll house. Today we're going to build this up and we're going to ensure that it can indeed secure, protect and, well, toll this entire bridge right here. We have a couple of sheep that are maybe going to stay here. I'm not too certain whether I will get rid of this entire area, but either way, I finally want to make it so that this becomes a proper toll house, you know, with a bit of a fence, then maybe a tower, that kind of stuff. And you know what, this patch actually is out now. It is no longer just in the beta. I just needed to test this and you can see that we can still not walk on the bridge. That sucks. Maybe you can do that on new maps. I'm not too sure because obviously this is a save from when this was in beta. Either way, we got big things to do and it is not just actually this toll house. Additionally, we are going to dive head first into Rohrloch, with the idea being that we will finally and completely set up this region's inventory. By that I mean probably a village right here and probably a village there. So, you know, I guess that this one would be more centered on trade. We need to get the iron, of course, where we will need it, and additionally, well, we are trying to mine this, so there would probably be a village down here. Those are the projects for today, and, well, we're going to solve them. Now, for now, it is, of course, winter. I'm gonna make sure that we have somebody in the logging camp, because once we have the logging camp, I want to finish this village, and that includes a farmhouse. And I think, ultimately, I'm going to move the market back over there, then put a tavern down, and then we're already good to go. Now, besides that, though, we obviously need to plan the future expansion. And I will be honest with you, at least for the time being, I would like a minor road here right directly through this forest. Take a look at this. There's a little bit of a pathway down there, but it is very much a minor thing. Oh, the game lagged a little bit there. That's okay. What we're looking at ultimately, right, is just that this road here isn't that important because there is no civilization yet. Of course, long term, this is where we are going to really grow our big city. But either way, what we're going to do here is I think we're going to lead a road, maybe like this, and then relatively straight. There you go. And then actually pulling in right here. And you know what? You see this? I think that would be a great location for a... Yeah, would be a decent location right there for the actual windmill. We're gonna see what we can do. You know, this is just not that... this region just isn't all that interesting when it comes to the terrain. You can see it is relatively flat. There is no river. I feel like we might be perfect over there. There are new people moving in, not just here, but also, of course, in Sviniari, so in our original city. And let me just check this. Man, our food is not in a great spot. But alright, while over there they will gather some wood, why don't we take a gander at what is happening right here and try to maybe actually finish this. If I get rid of this, do we still have open pasture space? We do. So I'm gonna get rid of this just for the time being. I wonder, I think the shepherd is like gonna pick up the lambs. I hope so at the very least, because right now they're just kind of lingering there with nothing to do. Let's go into the castle planner. And let's take a good look at what we could do here. I could get rid of this field and then actually try to encapsulate this road, but I don't think that that is really what we're going for here. I am going to lead down a very straight, you know, it's just a square. There you go. I think this is roughly what we want here. Like, looking at this, right? Maybe this is even too far into the back. I'm actually going to make it slightly smaller. I don't think that we need anything that big. We're gonna go like this, there you go. And then we could have the lambs in the back here, maybe that would even be quite fitting. The highlight of the show is, of course, the outer tower. So let me just grab that guy, there he is. Oh, wait, that is a very small tower, actually, like, in comparison. Oh, you know I want this. You know I want it so bad. Yeah, okay, we need the big tower right here. There is no way around it. I think that is perfect. We could technically try to put you into this corner right here. Can I turn off the snapping anywhere? Was there not a way to turn that off? We're gonna move the fence slightly back here. Oh, these are nice controls. And can I move you back as well? I think that's fine. We're gonna turn you like so. And then, come on. I need this like in the perfect location right here. I keep clicking the wrong thing. There you go. Oh, that is... Oh, it's so close to being nice. I think that is nice. Wait a minute. I really like that. It's so difficult to do this right now. This is too close. That is good. I think that is good. I think that is really good. I hope that is really good anyway. We've reached the limit. We can't do anything else. You can see right here we even need more stone. Although that shouldn't really be the issue, I think. And then, of course, we would want some of these somewhere over there as well. Man, this is, it's finicky. Like, obviously there are worse things, right, to interact with. I'd rather have the freedom, even if it means being a little bit finicky. But it sure is finicky. Let's go ahead and actually place some of these outer towers, maybe like so, right? We want something that can surveil the area, at least to a decent degree. I really just don't want it blocking the street. That is the nightmare scenario there. But I think that should be okay. If you place it like so. Does this fit? Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is golden. And I think we're going to leave it like this. I may get rid of these trees. I can't say that I love them. Let me place down a couple of roads and actually make an incursion right here. There we go. That's nice. I think that is nice. We're going to take it exactly like this, I think. Theoretically, we could push this even further. You know what? I want to make sure that everything here ends inside of the towers. I think this is it. Let me take a look at this. Is this a good construction? I hope so. We might even place one more outer tower. Like so. It's a lot of outer towers, but that's okay. And then we would be placing the tax office like this. I don't want to have it inside of the wall. And that gives us this really nice inner courtyard right there. Again, the trees, not so sure, but I think I can tear them down anyway. With this placed, I can now close this. And we can actually commit to it when we have the resources. So that means we need to go further on the sawmill. Oh, I think it's going to look good. I think this is actually going to look good. Okay. Alright, so they are very steadily working on this, which means we just need more stone. And you know what? I think we're just going to purchase that stuff. Man, I don't like when it doesn't update the top here. There we are, Sveniari. We're going to put more people into the logging camp right here, I think. And then I very desperately, yep, there you go, want to put one more family right there and then purchase some more stone. Import this until we have a surplus of, let's say, 30. Let's do 30. Why not? It can't hurt. Alright, and so we have that set up. We're really just waiting for the stone. I'm not going to open up a trade route for that. You know, making any future trade route even more expensive. I don't think that that will be necessary. We have enough traders. We have hopefully enough... Yeah, look at that. We have enough horses here for sure. I think we're going to be fine. I would be very surprised if it took longer than just a little bit. You can see that we do kind of have this issue with a supposedly disconnected major trade route, but I'm pretty sure that this is a traveling merchant. So if that were true, that means that we don't actually have an issue. It is just a bit of a fake thing right there. And Sveniari has built a mining pit. Wait, why? Didn't we already have a mining pit before this? Did it, like, break or something? Huh. I don't know what happened there. But you know what? I'm going to ignore this. I like the way this looks. Look at that. Yeah, it goes deep in there. I wish we could build a deep mine, but we can do this, or we will be able to do this in this new settlement right here in Rohrloch, so I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen that 3D element right there yet. Alright, and then of course in Rohrloch we're looking at a lot of planks now coming together. I don't think we need any more planks, so we can really focus on timber here. And once people are actually moving in, oh, and they physically can't, I guess, because we didn't... Yeah, we haven't upgraded the living space here yet. I'm gonna do this, we're gonna double up on this. Because once we have more population, we can actually start the proper production of construction goods, which, of course, well, I mean, that is exactly what this territory needs right now. Right, and so we do now have at least a little bit of timber here. The idea being, obviously, if we want to work these fields, not that we're going to use much of the wheat, or, well, really anything, I do want to have some backlog of it, right? So we're going to go ahead and actually place down a farmhouse. And the big question now is, where do you put this? So I want over here, I think, more houses. That is largely what you do in these Straßendörfer. You will have like a little back road, you know, even behind the church is literally the name of many of the back roads in Germany, in particular behind, hinter der Dorfkirche, you know, that kind of stuff, indicating that indeed you are an annex that was built later on. Something that wasn't really something in the initial planning stages here of this village. So we're going to sketch this out, and I think the way we're going to do this, you know what, actually, I'm going to place you here. So the idea being, I want this side to be heavier, right? This is a street village, a Straßendorf, making it so that, well, yeah, everything is very much sided into one direction. This is going to change as we go, but for the time being, if we do place another farmhouse here, it looks even heavier, right? This entire region looks way more engaging and way more involved, which of course it is. Now, we're going to go ahead and... well, start farming wheat here, although I gotta be honest with you, this is 68%, yeah, that's pretty bad. That is not ideal. We're gonna start nonetheless, and then I would like to take a look at actually maybe draw in another road here. Let's take a look at this. So, we were talking at the very start here that I wanted the tavern to be roughly right here, right? This gives us at least some lean into this direction. It is the tavern, it is at the main road. It just makes so much sense to be here, and then directly next to it, we would really like to have the, let's place it like this, directly next to the field here. We would really like to have the market there, I think. Let's connect this tavern right here. I might even turn all of this into pathway. You know what, actually, can we place another shrine right here. Oh, we can. That is cute. I like that. I think that is nice. Let's make sure that this is completely covered in pathway. There you go. That is nice. Yeah, okay, I like that. So this will be the tavern, and then directly next to it is where we're going to plop down, indeed, the market, if I can find it. Right, it is always under storage, and I always get it wrong. Let's place you like this. I don't think we need a huge market here. Just a market in general would make sense. And if we do an expansion, then, well, we could place basically more houses over here as well, directly next to the market. But for the time being, let's get rid of this one here. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with this space. Maybe nothing. You know, maybe something. But right now, I would say probably nothing. Oh, and of course I did this during rain, which, yeah, just means, there you go, supplies aren't looking too hot. Now, we are spending a lot of money at this point on the treasury changes right here, and we are also actually purchasing stone. Did we already get enough? Oh, 30 stone? Wait a minute, we needed 35. Is that right? Was it? I think it was 35. Yes. Oh, we need... Oh, we actually have enough. We just don't have enough timber. Right, we don't have enough timber because this guy here will stop working. And that just means that we don't have enough space altogether. I am going to go ahead and actually place down another one. This is a big project. And I'm having trouble finding exactly where they are every time. You know what? I might want to get rid of one of these forests here. I might want to cut this one down. Even if it is far away from where we actually are building. If we cut this down, we can turn this into a really fertile location. So I'm actually going to place down a woodcutter camp. No forester. And that is how we get the rest of the timber that we need here. This is not a permanent installment. This is just so we get rid of roughly this area here. Tavern is being built already. Yeah, we're going to take a gander at what that actually looks like. I can't cut in here. Okay, so that means there is going to be a green space there. What would it look like if I actually led a road around this? Once the market is full, I feel like this would look great. And then you would just have the road, you know, kind of run alongside the elevation change right here. It's not a massive elevation change, but this could be another back road. Yeah, I think this is okay. Maybe a couple houses here, then you go further down and get more houses over there. Right now, as we take a look at this, again, the farmhouse is still being built. But I think this is roughly where we want to be with this. Yeah, this will never be a big village, but, you know, it can't really be, because it is just here for travelers that come through. We're not producing anything here. Yeah, we're producing fish, but big whoop, right? That is not going to be the game changer for you here. We exist largely so that you can pray, that you can drink, that you can eat, and maybe sell us a couple things or buy our local goods at the market right there. This is a cute little village. Yeah, let me take a look at this. I do want some farmers in this building right here, right? So we're going to place down... I'm not too sure. Do I need any other building? Let me check. We have the wooden church. That's fine. We got a well, of course. That's not something that we need. None of these are relevant. Oh, I do want to meet... I actually want to move, I want to move these guys. Oh, that is perfect. Here you go. Yep, that is nice. You can go over there. And then you, I would really like it if you were closer to the marketplace, but honestly, there's just not really a fitting space for you. I think this might be fine. You are here for the farmhouse. You know what? You are here for the farmhouse, exactly. I mean, literally not, because we cannot actually afford the ability here, but you know what I mean when I do this, right? So we're going to move both of these. And then I don't think that we need anything else over here, which just means that we're going to build a couple of houses there. Yeah, no, the metalwork's actually going to be elsewhere in this region. We're not really going to have a malt house. That is just not in the cards for us here. And with that being said... Oh, we could build a manor here, but I think I want the manor, you know, in a different location. I want it closer to the important part of this region. So instead, yeah, this is just the actual back street here. Like I said, this is behind the church, quite literally. Don't want to make it too big, but I do want a couple of houses right here. Like so. I hope that I'm leaving. You know what? I'm just going to draw this manually right here. I need enough space so that we actually have a passage here. And then we can go right like this. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Let's do it like so. Oh, and apparently we are running out of stable space. Let me check this. Oh, we are running out of stable space. Can I start selling them? I think we are producing on our own, right? So, sheep breeding, yes. So they are actually something that we can sell. I want to export these. And I want to have a surplus. Right now we have a surplus of 47. You definitely want to be selling these. So we want to wait until the lambs are growing up. 47. I want a surplus of, let's say, 40. Everything above 40, we sell. No more import. That ship has sailed. We're gonna start making money on our sheep. And you know, even here, we still have a couple of backyards that aren't doing anything. I'm gonna go really heavy still on, you know, just buying pigs here. I know, obviously, that we could do other stuff, but that is what this village is named for. And eventually, I'm sure that I actually have to get rid of all of this, right? And actually put in some artisans there. But for the time being, this is kind of nice. I would love a butcher as well, but this butcher needs salt. And that is something that we currently don't have. Let's keep that in mind, though. Once we actually take the province, I'm going to turn this into a butcher. I'm thinking about this probably just, you know, the way that this normally works. I would guess that the butcher, if you were to import the salt, right, would probably still be worth it either way. Like, this is one of those things, you should always do it. But you know what, I'm going to hold back on that. I am not going to do it. What I might be doing... Oh, I am... Yep, okay, I just upgraded a bunch of stuff. That is why that doesn't work. That makes, like, a lot of sense, really. Oh, and you know what? I just noticed that there's no special symbol for when you have a backyard improvement, but you still need to buy something for it. Haha. I probably should have earmarked which one it was. Now I actually need to click all of them individually. There you are. This right here is such a weird house, right? Let me take a look at this. So... Look at this. Okay, so you have all of them settled very close to the Almende right here, so the center square of the village. Again, having the church in the center square, or the center around, I guess, is not that common. But we still did it. It happened every now and again. And all of these houses are very close, because, yeah, that is just what you do. You had this one, okay, these are a bit further away, and then you just have this guy who's like, I don't want you to see my house. Don't look at my house. It's mine, okay? I think he even has a backyard improvement, which means the backyard is definitely actually the front yard. I don't know what that was, but you know what? Don't worry about it. There you go. These pigs are living in the smallest backyard improvement that I have ever seen. I really think I just built it like in a slightly weird way. Oh well, that's what happens. I hope they still have a good time. Look at them thrive. They do have this nice forest directly behind them, you know. This is where you can send them. This is where they can forage for themselves. And wow, you are so close to the river here. Despite everything we've done, you know, how much I focused on not going too close to the river. Look at that. That is... Oh, and it looks so nice. I love the Dreiseithof that I built over there. Look at that. Yeah, and this would, of course, also be the natural path that people would actually take towards the river. I don't want to draw a path down here just because it would look slightly weird, all things considered. But this is basically one of those desire paths, right? So this will just happen because it is naturally needed. And we got this nice access to the river right here. And then a beautiful sight to our wheat growers over there. Has anybody, by the way, played the mountain map? How does that feel? Does that give you a different feeling? I think there's no waterways, right? There might be some ponds, depending on how they spawn, but it seems like a very different experience, especially compared to this one right here. Ooh, and I could upgrade you to level 2. Yeah, I need 2 level 2s, and then I could pick the next upgrade. Right now we picked fishing, and obviously charcoal burning and deep mining are next. Yeah, we're looking into that. Once we start doing the next village, I think this one will not get a level 2 house. Like, 0 of them will be level 2. For the time being, I'm just letting them, you know, farm a couple of timber, a little bit of more resources right here, just so that I can then very swiftly actually expand all the way over here. Alright, and so we shall now take a look at this. If we, first of all, take a look at the fertility, you can see it is this. It's a very suboptimal place. Obviously, you know, this is not our main thing right here, so farming in this region is not the biggest thing. Ooh, we actually have this line right here. That's interesting. It makes for super, super ugly village borders if I were to really zero in on this, but I mean, you should try to get whatever you can get, right? What we're going to do, first things first, is we are probably going to place down a couple of fields right here, just so that I don't forget about it. How about this? This seems okay to me. Let's do it like this. There we go. Okay, that's the first field. We're gonna do a pretty similar one. Probably starting here, do it a little bit wider. And then just along this road right there. And then, well, last but not least, you know, we're gonna pump this guy in here. Like so. These are all decent fields. You know, we are kind of trying to take whatever we can get. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Let me just double check for a shrine right here. Oh, no shrine. I have to have a shrine down there. You know what? I'm going to take this one down. That is the location for a shrine. I mean, come on. What are you doing if you're unwilling to place a shrine right here? There you go. Beautiful. And you know what? I want to cover this actually here in the north like so. And then, of course, we come back for this field right here. Can I just do this in one fell swoop? Yep, that is beautiful. You'll have to see it. 2 Morgan. That is significantly bigger than what I had before. 1.6. You know what? I'll take that. That's fine. So these are the fields. That is not the village. And quite frankly, like I said, so the actual mining village, I believe, would probably be down here. What we're doing here is less that village and purely, you know, something that exists for farming. I'm going to place a farming house right there. And then we're going to go ahead and do another little plot of housing right here. That exists entirely for this farm right here. Let's take a look at this. So you go next to the farmhouse, like this. There you go. You're going to connect it to the main road, as you do. I'm going to make this a little bit fatter so that it doesn't look out of place. And then we're going to build essentially a Waldhufendorf. So traditionally the Waldhufendorf is in a location where you want to cut down the trees, and that is exactly what we're going for here, right? We want basically this as a production village, as something that just kind of was created because we needed to get rid of this forest, and that made it profitable to live here. They are very, very equal kind of settlements, which means that, you know, the actual size of the plots was very much, not just similar, but basically measured to an absolute degree. The idea being, you know, nobody fights over anything, everybody gets the same, and then you would get rid of the forest behind your land, and you could then use that for farming. Now, it's not ideal for farming, but we are going to do this nonetheless. I'm going to do this, I don't want to do it too tightly. I'm going to do it like this. This is very, very small. We're going to do it on this side as well, although we're probably not going to cut this down for the sake of the fish over there. But the idea being, this is a community that was created to kind of just live in particular in this region. Let me try to make this... Yeah, I think it roughly matches up. We're a bit longer here, so that is why there's a 4th installation of a plot there. This gives us this Waldhufendorf. We're going to use it to get rid of this forest, then we're going to have the traditional fields over here. But again, the most important fields are of course here, because, well, this is the only set of fields that is actually somewhat fertile. And that gives us a village, you know, 1 more village to actually feed this entire region. We got 2 right here. I don't think I'm going to connect this village to the shoal of fish over there, to the pond. I think that is okay. The next focus then will be right here on our main attraction, the main village, that will of course be working the iron deposit. Yeah, the idea here on the map is definitely that this is a very small path, right? The main path leads down there, then we're gonna have probably the main village somewhere in this area, and then this right here and this right here, those are very disconnected villages. We're gonna have the main market, I think, down there. No market at all over here, quite frankly. And then probably not much food production down here. Again, this is literally just to produce this iron deposit. Can I build this yet? Oh my god, we are so close. You gotta be kidding me. What are you guys doing? Are you guys actually trying to take down these trees? Are you already full? There's no shot. No, you're not full. Oh my god. I guess they just live so far away that they never actually get there. Gotta suck. I hate this field, by the way. I'm gonna get rid of this. So we're gonna tear this one down. Just because I don't want it that close to the river. That is not a good location. We're gonna do it like so, actually, you know what, like this. I wish, oh, come on. I saw it. Nope, come on. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, this one was on crop rotation, wheat. Perfect. I think that looks nicer. Yeah, that is nicer. And you know what? I'm looking at this now. I don't think that this will ever actually be full. Like, this market will just never actually fill in fully. I'm gonna move you so that I can at least have like a decent market shape, almost, right? We're gonna do this half-circle arrangement here. We need 1 more for this, but I think that is like what we're going for here. You know, looking at this now, I'm like, I'm not sure that this is a good idea. But either way, we're gonna do it. Just so that you as an actual traveler, right? As a merchant, you come by these right here. I wonder why this one isn't being built. But anyway, you get the drift. That is what we're going to do here. I probably will make this smaller in the future. I think you can move stalls inside of a region, even onto a different market square. So that shouldn't be an issue. If we make this slightly smaller, we can have a couple of houses here, leading a road down there, and then a couple of houses there. Already, with these houses here built now, yeah, you get the full impression. Take a look at this. So, again, like I said, these villages do exist. They are everywhere in Eastern Germany and in Poland as well. The way this functions is that you here have the main road, and then as it started to fill up, they didn't want to settle even further. It would just stretch out the village. Instead, they have a couple of these back roads, and this one, of course, being ever more important because it leads down to the actual Himmelsteich down there. And that is where they live. But you get a great impression because this is literally nothing. This village is tiny. It's not going to grow too much. It is not important. It doesn't produce anything. It's not close to a resource. It's just something that was naturally created along a trade route. You know, I really do hate how this comes out. Take a look at this. What is this? This should be completely plastered over, but because I cannot build any roads closer to the actual shrine model, you have this really weird... Take a look at this. Yeah, it's... Don't love it, but that's fine. This is a central location as you come, of course, from the toll house. You just paid the toll. You see that beautiful shrine, and look at that. We can actually do it. Is this the final design? Oh, it looks so busy now. Oh, I don't know about that one, actually. Wait a minute. What if I moved you like this? I think this might be better. It actually looks crazy busy, like way busier than I had thought it would look like. How do I remove something from a building here? Remove placed module. Okay, I'm gonna remove you. Oh, and it didn't bring down the cost at all. Oh no, it did. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure that we're gonna build this then. It looks so odd. Oh, how about this? I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I hope that this looks good. I really, really do. Put it down. Let's see how that goes. Did they buff how fast they fish? Am I supposed to have multiple fishermen's huts? We're not even close, and we are... Well, I mean, we're not full, I suppose, but... We are not eating this, like, quickly either. Let me take a look at the actual market stall. Okay, basically nothing there. How about the granary? Huh. Wow. We are way overproducing fish, which to me kind of just feels like I want to start importing something into this location, right? If I do a region-to-region trade, I mean, they don't have fish. We have a ton of fish. Let's keep an eye on this, because in the beta that I was playing at the very least, this was almost always half empty, if not worse. And look at that ox actually pull this stuff. Yeah, I really like how close this actually is, but because of this forest, of course, you can't see anything. Very nice. But either way, I think they buffed just how long it takes, or, you know, how they regrow, I guess. Because, my god, we are way, way overproducing our fish consumption here. You know, I shouldn't complain, I guess. Man, I remember when I was building those big villages, right? Those big cities that actually had fences. It took so long because they would never actually get together and build. They would just stand there in a really long queue. Look at how fast they are. I think there must have been changes to the routing, because that is so much nicer. I guess the ox is kind of just chilling. I think he's stuck, though. I don't think this is a routing issue. Well, it is literally a routing issue. It is not a work kind of a assignment issue. They're doing this way faster than they used to. I think that is a fair assessment right here. And you know what, just looking at this, I think we're gonna start selling bread. Oh, we are already selling bread. Okay. How are we doing here in terms of stone? You know what, I'm gonna stop trading this one. Okay, yeah, wow, there's a lot happening here now. Man, I am admiring just how fast they are. Yeah, look at that. The real bottleneck here, just the oxen, but... My god, everything else has already arrived. The builders of this actual location are so much smarter than the builders that I had in the past. Yeah, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lead a road into the back here, around the actual well. And then we're gonna place down, like I mentioned, the logging camp. And that logging camp is essentially exclusively trying to get rid of this forest over here. I want to keep this little bit, and I want to keep this one intact entirely. But I think in general we're doing okay. Our food, you know, everything here is doing very, very well. No complaints there. We are also actually working... Yeah, look at that. We are working these fields now, which is awesome. They are speed. Yeah, they're pretty speedily. Nothing wrong with this. In 305 days, we're going to actually get the stuff from there. How are we doing food-wise in our main area? 4 months. Yikes. What are we looking at here? We got 110 wheat. We have a ton of grain, a ton of flour. I guess the issue is that we just kind of like overproduce bread and underproduce everything else. The next expansion that we do, I think, will definitely be towards the salt right here. Is this just like a mine? Like, do I put down a mine right there? I think so, right? And then I can turn it into a deep mine as well. Once we have infinite salt, we're going to start producing sausages, which should give us a better situation with our food, you know, altogether. But for the time being... I mean, yeah, look at this. Did I already schedule you? No, I did not. Okay, let me just make sure that we get that going as well. Boom, and of course, boom. Beautiful. They do kind of... I mean, look at it. This is what a construction site looked like in the year 1200, in the year 1500, and in the year 2024. Ah, finally back on the work side, folks. Nag and wife sitting at home. Had to get out of the house, you know? Classic stuff right there. Only, of course, they are building now a building that is going to make them rich, or well, make me rich, I guess, because we're going to start demanding a toll on the bridge. Alright, and since we are now trading quite a lot, let me actually take in the stats here. So we are exporting a lot more. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Oh, really? That is a tiny amount. Wow, okay, wait a minute. If we go by all time, I guess selling the sheep is pretty good. We're just not producing them fast enough. This is the big moneymaker, and this is not infinite. Sadly, this is very much not infinite, which is basically extremely worrying. So we're not selling enough bread. We should probably focus on producing more. So yeah, okay, we're doing this. We're producing more planks. If we could zero in on the bread, is this an open trade route? Did I actually open that up? I did, and yet it is not selling enough. Oh, because the surplus is too big. I need to drive you down. We're gonna go to 200 here. Interesting, okay. That means my long-term money-making prospects here need to change a little bit. I think we need to actually start the metal production so that I can keep making money. We used to be at 4,000 regional wealth, and now we are only at 3,600. And of course, the annual royal tax will only rise. Yeah, we have to find something that isn't just clay, that isn't just mining here, and actually make turn that into money, you know? We gotta... somehow we have to make that happen. Are you just, like, underproducing? What is the problem here? I think this is fine. We are expecting more people to move in, so I can actually fill this up. Let's try to get as much money out of this as quickly as we can, and we will go from there. Now, as for backyard improvements right here, I think we're probably mostly going to look towards vegetable gardens. Obviously, I could have made this bigger, right? You get more vegetables if you just are in a position where your backyard is longer. But that's fine. I don't really want to min-max like this. I think we make enough money as is. I really just want to have more food so that when in doubt, we can export food into the other regions, you know, whenever we need something here to actually produce stuff. You are an actual veggie village. Man, I haven't done such, like, massive plots of just veggies. I remember, who was that? It's the amazing Spanish content creator. I actually met him, but I don't remember the channel name. He did this one playthrough where he had, like, one vegetable farm that just was, like, this long. Like, he just would span the entire backyard over the rest of the map. Just gorgeous. I think the yield actually were massive. Super funny guy. If you know Spanish, then I'm sure that you've heard of him. Great guy in real life as well. Alright, and now let's finish this village right here. Wait a minute, actually, the manor's ready. I'm gonna look at that manor when the snow is gone. That is when we're actually gonna take a gander at this together. I'm not gonna do it on my own, I promise. I want a couple of houses, maybe even relatively small. These could be like the future artisan houses. There you go. Like this. And then I want houses on this road, and we want them fairly packed. I don't want too many here. Because again, this is just the start of the background settlement, basically. Oh wow, these are... why are these house proportions so different? There you... oh, yep, there you go. I'm gonna take this one. And that might very well be the end of this village expansion. You know, now I'm thinking about this. Should I put down... should we try this? I'm gonna put down houses on this side of the road. Just to see what this looks like. Normally we would put all of them on just this road, but we're gonna leave it like this. And you know what? Actually, it's not great land, but I will put down another field right here. I think that could be pretty cute. It's not big. And I'm gonna have you in the rotation like so. I think this is gonna be good. I think this village actually is gonna be good. It came out real nice, real rural. Whereas this one is still being built. I'm also definitely going to massively expand what we have right here. You can see a ton of the forest here is already gone, and now I just told the logging camp to just do it here. Obviously, they're gonna only, you know, do stuff when they are free to do it. Right now, we just don't have a shortage of logs, so nobody really needs anything. We're gonna work all of this land. This will become Farm City, and then maybe some individual estates over there. I just need to get as much wheat as I can so that I can start and keep selling it, of course. We are now positive, and let me just verify this right here, right? In the last 30 days, that's nothing. In the previous month, in the current year, yeah, it still all comes down to the actual shingles here. The previous year, all shingles. Man, that is gonna hurt when that source of income is gone. Alright, so I put a ton of people now into this farmhouse. Whenever there's any space, I'm going to build more farms right here, and then this farmhouse is going to get busy again. It's terrible land, but it is what it is. Let's start, and let's actually properly proceed with the planning of the village right here. So this village makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels. When we take a look at this one, this is a pure village that is basically a leech. It benefits from everything happening here. This village, on the other hand, I would argue is probably more of an extension of this village, and then later on will grow into being instead an extension of this village down here, because this one is just the proper farming village. It exists to cut down the forest right here, make more room, make more space, and maybe even long-term to actually supply the other village with coal. Yeah, now that I think about it, we might use this as a charcoal village instead as well. Now this one right here is different. This one becomes its very own economic hub. It exists to extract the iron and then use the iron, you know, to export it into our parent region right there, but also just to export it into other regions of the world. Not to mention that it is, well, literally where all of the roads are intersecting, and we want to build it that way as well. So what I mean here is that we will have one central plaza, relatively central anyway, and then we're going to turn the rest into a Haufendorf, so into a relatively scrambled set of streets that make it so that this is not one coherently planned out village, but rather started as a core and then just got kind of sliced together based on whoever moved in whenever they did. Now, oftentimes in those villages, they did also have backyards. I want to make that clear. Just because it wasn't properly planned, like much of the other stuff was, it didn't mean that you know, wouldn't have a backyard. However, this is the rare case where I will kind of just let that be. Sometimes I won't put a backyard. Sometimes we will just have a tiny little house. You will live in a bit more of a cramped style than you would elsewhere. Oh, and you know what? Oh, and while we're at it, let me actually check. Where do we put the mill in this territory? I think this is it. This kind of is the only location for a mill anyway. Let's deactivate snapping here just so that I can have it relatively straight. This right here is going to be a market. It's a big market. We're going to have buildings over there. We're going to have buildings over there, of course. And that makes it so that we have this central square that we can then kind of build nonsense all around. With these Haufendörfer, it's always the least, you know, it's just the worst to estimate whether you're building something good or whether you're building complete nonsense, because you will only be able to tell when it's all over. And oh my god, this is a terrible location. Okay, actually, this is a horrendous location. There's no well in sight. Okay, let me revisit this. You know what, actually, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff, but we're only gonna start and finish, I guess, building this particular mining village over here in the next video. For today, let's take a look at this right here. Does this look good? I wanna say that maybe I placed too many, like, miner towers. I think there might be too many miner towers. So, you come out of our beautiful village. Hey, don't come too close to me. And you see this? Okay, yeah, this looks pretty decent, right? It's nothing too massive. It exists mostly to deter bandits, to make sure that our farmers down here are protected. Again, this is not in its final stage yet. I want to have fields all the way over there. It's going to be so pretty. But the more important part, I guess, and let me come in from here. You are here in our new farming village, right? This is the Waldhufendorf. You can see they're getting to work. They don't have oxen for this. You know, they're suckers. And then you start making your way to the actual main village, to the main attraction of the entire region. Oh, and there it is. And this is only the small tower, might I add here. You can already see cross the river. This is a secure region. We have this tiny fort. Maybe it's even too small. I don't know. I need some opinions here. Oh, that's a good tower though. And so what I like about this is the tax office. I think the tax office fits in there perfectly. They both have the fundament, of course, right? So proper stone right there, making it look pretty decent. Oh yeah, no. Okay, I like this. I'm not so sure that I didn't set too many small towers. I think I did. But in general, the toll house has been finished. Oh, and I love the way that looks over there. Once all of this is farmland, it's going to be gorgeous. Folks, I'm going to leave you right here. We've started to build up our second region, and of course, I'm going to continue in the next video. I will see you then. Later, alligator.